All right, it's finally here. This is the Apple Vision Pro. This is the beginning of Apple's spatial computing journey, their first headset, AR, VR, wearable face computer, whatever you want to call it. And this is the unboxing. So everything that I show you guys in this box, it's gonna be a representation of what you would get should you decide to spend the $3,500 that it takes to get one of these, or in this case actually $3,900, because this is the 1 terabyte Vision Pro. You'll see the accessories, you'll see it booted up for the first time, and this is very much the beginning of our Apple Vision Pro investigation and series of videos. So definitely get subscribed to make sure you're among the first to see that when the rest of those come out. So, big box, but the headset is relatively small. Shout out to Jerry Everything for the knife. And inside, this is a really soft box. Whoa. And this here is a third little box. So, this is an incredibly flimsy box, but I'll just take this one out. So the 3 things we have now are the Vision Pro headset in this box, the Vision Pro Zeiss lenses, so these are optical inserts, so if you have a prescription, then these come in the box and they will magnetically attach to the headset, so if you wear glasses, you can still use the headset. And this is the optional $200 extra Vision Pro travel case. This thing, this is a whole aesthetic. I'll get to that in a second. I'm just gonna leave that right here. But this is the headset itself. It's gonna slide, yep, out of this. So this is like the size of, I mean, it's bigger than a Mac box. This might be bigger than the Mac Studio box, but there you go. And it's got all the pull tabs. I do expect pretty good packaging here. This is such a high pressure 1st gen product for Apple, so I'm expecting pretty good packaging for this introduction to a 1st gen thing. Take the tabs off. And then it's like a shoebox. Okay. So there's the headset. So the headset comes with this little cover on it, and it's dressed up with one of these bands. This band right here is the one that you see in all the commercials. It's this really soft, stretchy fabric material, and it's in this sort of cardboard head. This is the Solo Knit band. There's another band though that I'm pretty sure comes with this that is called the Dual Loop band. So I'll put this to the side real quick and see what else comes in this like shoebox size box. So this pops off. This is quality. And then we're into the inside, which is a Designed by Apple in California pamphlet. Oh, I bet there's stickers in here. Oh, there's a microfiber too, okay. Then there is the light seal cushion. Oh, I think you get 2 of these. Yeah, there's one thin light seal and one thick light seal. I'll get to that in a second. And at the top, there's a lot of explaining to do. Some more heavy Vision Pro paperwork. And this is the Dual Loop band. So this is the second band that goes both around the back of your head and over the top of your head. We'll try that out for comfort over the Solo Knit band. And then there's your power. So the battery that comes with the Vision Pro is this thing right here. It's all very white. Everything in this box is either white or silver. It's pretty heavy. So this smells pretty new. It's got this white braided cable. And I don't know if Apple's even called this MagSafe, but at the end of this cable is one proprietary connector right there. And that connector is what plugs into the side of the headset, and this is the battery, the 2.5 to 3 hour battery that comes with Vision Pro. It says on the back actually, 3,166 milliamp hours. I know a lot of phones that have 5,000 milliamp hour batteries that feel much lighter than this, so I'm curious why this feels so heavy, but that's the battery. And then in order to get more than 2.5 hours or to charge the battery, you have the cable, USB-C, and the wall brick. So let's see what the wall brick says. I hope it charges fast. 30 watts. So not super fast, but this is a 30 watt brick, USB Type-C, and then a C2C braided cable. Okay, that's it for the inside of this box. So now let's go over these accessories. So okay, let's do the paperwork first, because this is probably the most common stuff. Everyone's gonna get this. This is a little booklet of what's in the box and a sort of a first, and that is all the pairing it to your iPhone, putting it on for the first time, connecting the straps. I'll show you guys this. Oh, and even how to store the cable around the battery. So apparently you do not want to wrap it vertically, but you do want to wrap it horizontally with a little bit of slack. Okay, I bet there's stickers. So polishing cloth, and that is a different polishing cloth to the one that comes with their monitors. Oh, it's nice and thin. That's a nice polishing cloth. People were comparing it to the like $20 polishing cloth for the studio display and the pro display. This is a different polishing cloth. The front of it is glass. You're probably gonna wanna use this to wipe it down once in a while, so I feel like this is a microfiber I'll keep. I know some people unboxing this who are gonna be very disappointed in the lack of Vision Pro themed stickers. All right, so when you buy an Apple Vision Pro, everyone actually has to go through a sort of a face scanning process. So you actually use the iPhone with the Face ID sensors to measure the depth and scan around your eyes and your face, and you end up with a custom fitted light seal. The light seal cushion is either thin or thick. So maybe you have the optical inserts and you want it a little further from your face, or you just want a little extra cushion. This would be the thicker cushion that you would use. Okay, so there you go, that's the thicker cushion. But the idea is the light seal around the Vision Pro is shaped to roughly match your face. It's not like exactly custom molded, it's more that they have a preset number of different sizes and shapes, and when you do a scan, it picks the one that matches you the best to give you the best immersion. Let's take the plastic or the cardboard off of Vision Pro. And, sort of a standard head size, I guess, right there. And if we take this protective off the first time, dang, there's your glass. A lot of lights in this room, so it's gonna be pretty reflective, but now you can probably imagine why people are gonna carry this Vision Pro cloth. Notice it says Vision Pro on the microfiber. Hopefully you can see that. But yeah, so when you get the headset, you're gonna notice two things. One, this is the thicker version. This thinner version pops off. And two, this light seal. This is the custom light seal that pops off. And then you're just left with this. This is the entire computer for Apple Vision Pro. It's pretty small. It's not unlike a lot of other VR headsets, but it's got this aluminum housing around the outside. You can see the tons of sensors and glass, and it is very front weighted. This light seal is what's ideally shaped to match your face and block the light out. It attaches just like AirPods Max. You've seen AirPods Max headphone covers just like that. There you go. And I'm gonna go with the thin light seal cushion. And there's the normal look to the Vision Pro headset. Now let's take this dual loop band out, because this is the other one that there's been a lot of talk about the weight of the Vision Pro. And this is the reason why Apple has decided to include two bands in the box. There are different band sizes as well, so when you measure your head, you're either getting a small, medium, or a large size for your bands. So I've got mediums of both of these. For this dual loop, let's take it out. So you can see, there's so much cardboard. There's two loops, one over your head and one behind your head. So there's a very specific process to taking off and attaching these bands with Vision Pro. So I'm gonna put this on for the first time without booting it up, just so you can see how this works. So this is the solo band right here. kind of goes around the back of your head. And then, if I'm in the right, yep, this spot right here, this, you just crank this. And it tightens it up. Yeah, and the weight is really basically just now pulling it onto the front of your face. All the weight is on the front, and it kind of lands on your cheeks and on your forehead. This is how it looks in all the commercials. It's the most simple looking band. You can pull the band up or down to kind of adjust the way it sits on your head. But, as you can probably already tell, that might get a little uncomfortable. So, to take this band off and switch to the other one, all you gotta do is, you see this, this orange pull tab in here? This orange pull tab is just to release the band from the Vision Pro. So if I pull that, it unclicks the metal, and I pull that other one, and it just pops right off. And that's the headset without the band attached to it. And you have these little pods here over each ear, which are a bunch of speaker drivers pointing down into your ear. These are some seriously small components. They're so dense though. Like, this is heavy despite being small. So if you want to put the other band on, it's basically exactly as you'd expect. Attaches like that and like that. And now you can change it with Velcro. You can make it taller in the top, taller in the back. So let's try it. Let's try taller in the top and taller in the back. Oh, that's so much more well distributed, and I happen to adjust it pretty close to my head pretty much perfectly. That is going to be much easier to wear for longer. But of course, now you have this thing across the top of your head, so not everybody's going to like that, but I think it's immediately a better fit. It's more comfortable. Wow. Okay. I'm probably going to be using that more often. But let's get to this this travel case. So this, I guess, isn't really a travel case as much as it's just like a protective outer layer for the glass, since this whole outside, which has a ton of fingerprints already, is just covered in glass. You might want to just pop it in here, and then theoretically you can maybe put that in a backpack. I don't know if you would want to, but this is the extra Vision Pro travel case. It's got this handle on the top, but when it extends out a little bit, that's nice. That's well thought, nice and tight. And then it opens up, and it's got sort of molding in the places that you'd put the headset. So this is where the battery will go. And it's even got this molded spot for the cable, so I can slide that in there, Velcro it down, and the cable should be able to just wrap in here. Then the other side, another case. And then it says this is where your, accessory pouch. So this is where you put polishing cloth, power brick, and USB-C charging cable. These things make sense. Keep them in there. Activated carbon deodorizer, do not eat. Then you put the headset in here, put the accessories in there, and close it up. That's actually pretty solid. I know people were making fun of the price of the $200 Vision Pro accessory case, but the thing is, I wouldn't want to travel with this without the case. And I do think people are going to want to travel with this. The #1 use case I've been looking forward to with Vision Pro is airplanes. So I'm going to need a pretty big backpack to have extra room for all of this, but I do think I'm going to be trying that. Let's boot it up for the first time. Let's get it all set up. So this is what you'll have to do when you get out Vision Pro. Ready? Open the case. Get your battery out first. The battery has a special cable on the end. Get your headset out. Maybe take off your knit cap or whatever this is called. Pick between your thick or thin light steel cover. I'll go thin. Pick between your dual loop or your solo knit band. I'll go solo knit. And then if you want to charge it up or plug it straight into the wall, the battery doesn't appear to have a removable cable. I'm sure some Apple store has some tool to remove this cable whenever they need to replace it. But what it does have is a USB-C port on the side. So if I ever want to just plug the headset straight into the wall, I'm plugging the battery straight into the wall. But assuming it's charged, the last step here is to go to the left side of the headset, and you see this little proprietary circular thing right here. All I'm gonna do is line up the dot with the bottom and then twist, and it'll start to glow just like that. And that means it's starting up for the first time. Takes about a minute to boot up, and then I'll go right into the setup process, which I'm sure you'll all want to see on camera. And I see a checkbox. How do I look? Ridiculous? Do I look great or ridiculous? Decent? Okay. I can see you guys. So there's a little hello script, and it's booting up for the first time. But I'm gonna save this, all of this setup and all of this using Vision Pro. That's gonna be the next video. So last thing I'm gonna show you is the Zeiss lenses. If you happen to wear glasses or have a prescription, you will be able to use this headset as well with that prescription, with a $100 pair of Zeiss lenses. I think it's $100 for readers and $150 for prescription lenses. But either way, they're really quite small and they're magnetic. And since Zeiss runs the world of glass, this is kind of your only option, is these things right here. All you gotta do though, to attach them, is take this off and you grab one of the prescription lenses and you just snap it in place like that. Hope you can see that. It's a pretty strong magnet. I do not have a prescription, but what I've been told is then you go ahead and scan this code with the headset so that it knows what your prescription is and adjusts everything accordingly, which I think is pretty well thought out. But I think that's where I have to end it. So stay tuned, definitely get subscribed for the following videos, because you already know I gotta set this thing up. I gotta show you guys how to use Vision Pro, show you guys what I've been talking about as far as weight distribution, the games you can play, the experiences you can have, the movies you can watch, the apps that it has. There's a lot more, so get subscribed to see that. And big shout out to the sponsor of this video, Anker. So if you're even considering getting a Vision Pro, you probably already have an iPhone, in which case it would be good to at least know about Anker's new MagGo lineup. So they've got some charging accessories. This one I think is pretty sweet. This is 3-in-1. So it's called the wireless charging station. It unfolds, it's lightweight and compact, and you can charge 3 things at once. Your iPhone up on the MagSafe charger, then something like AirPods down here at the Qi charger at the bottom, and flip out an Apple Watch charger, and a 30-minute charge can give your Apple Watch Series 9 almost 50% battery. But this one is actually super convenient to me. This is the MagGo power bank. So again, MagSafe slaps right on the back of the phone, but it's got the screen on it, so you can always charge on the go, and there's a built-in battery, and we love a good built-in battery, but it's 10,000 milliamp hours, so you can charge your iPhone 15 Pro almost 2 full times without even plugging into the wall. And there's also a nice little stand, so you can have it in a, what's that feature called? Standby mode whenever you want, just by popping it up like that. So I like that too. So both of these things can charge your devices at up to 15 watts wirelessly, and they're good with Qi 2 as well, so they can charge your non-iPhones if you want that. So I think it's worth it. Check it out, link in the description, and shout out to Anker again for sponsoring this portion of the video. So that's been it. Thanks again for watching, and I'm gonna go set up my Vision Pro now. Catch you guys in the next one. Peace.